Hello everybody, it's Dr. Debbie Qaqish and welcome to the Revenue Marketer blog. This is the fourth in a four-part series of blogs that I created based on my observations from attending MarTech West. And today's topic is don't slack on your stack. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that. It's interesting to me whenever I go work with a client, and quite a number of people that I actually talk to at MarTech, when we start talking about what they have in their MarTech stack, they really are not sure. And they certainly had never really thought about practically organizing it. Yet, if you're going to be successful as a revenue marketer, you have to pay very special attention to your MarTech stack. So a few years ago, I started doing a test with my clients. So I would go in and I would say, okay, tell me about your MarTech stack. And then they would start talking and this and that and another. And I'm like, no. Everybody take out one sheet of paper and draw for me your MarTech stack. Now, I didn't tell them what to draw or how to draw it or how to present it. But everybody took out one sheet of paper and they did what I called the one and done test. And it's always fascinating how many different things I would get back from the client. I mean, technology all over the place. Some knew about it, some didn't. It was represented a lot of different ways. And so the first thing that you need to do if you're not going to be slacking on your stack is to create a current state. So what we'll do in this very short blog, I'll talk about that current state, I'll talk about your future state, and then I'll talk about the implementation of the roadmap. So let's start with current state. You know what this is? This is just a great big old hunt. And every time I work with a customer and I say we need to go find out all the pieces of technology that marketing is using, and they say, oh, I'll just send out an email and we'll have everything like in 48 hours. Yeah, it never quite works like that. Finding out what technologies are being used by marketing can be a quite challenging activity. And when you go on the hunt, you need to not only find out what technology it is, but you need to know who's using it, how they're using it, why they're using it, and how often they're using it. And then of course you also need to know about whatever kind of current contract that they've got. So after you've spent, it'll be a couple of weeks, I promise, just getting all of this information in one place, and a spreadsheet is a great place to begin. Then we can go to part two of optimizing your stack, and that is to create your future state. So let's talk about the future state for a minute. I really want you, when you think about the future state, just to take a blank sheet of paper and pretend you have nothing in your way. Pretend that you can create a MarTech stack from scratch right now. Now, as you're creating this, of course, what you will be thinking about are the goals and the objectives of marketing. You know, what is marketing's role, and how will technology and data help you achieve those goals? Now, I understand for 85% of you listening to this blog, that's not realistic, but that's what you want to do with that future state. And then what you want to do is you want to say, okay, here's my perfect state, and now let me adjust for things that are my reality, things that are going on technically within the company, within the culture. It could be power struggles. I mean, it could be all kinds of things, but then you want to adjust back, and then you'll have a practical future state. And then the third state is not easy, sounds easy, but that is to create a roadmap for how you go from where you are to that future state. Now, a lot of times when you're creating that roadmap, it will be a cross-functional sport. You hear me talk about that a lot when it comes to marketing. You may have to work with IT, you may have to work with other parts of the organization to actually create and implement and execute that roadmap, and that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, what you should walk away with is your current stack, your future stack, and the stack that you're working to build should be on one sheet of paper. Because if you can't see it, you can't manage it. And the world of marketing is changing so quickly. Who knew, 4 years ago that we would be in this world where it's all about the customer now, and taking a look at your MarTech stack in terms of customer centricity is just one of the things that I'm seeing marketers do as they re-architect their stack. So that's it for this blog. At the end of the day, you can't slack on your stack. It is the enabler for you to become a revenue marketer. And I'd love to hear about what you have done. You can email me at debbie@pedowitzgroup.com. You can send me a message through LinkedIn. And remember, everybody, it is a great day to be a revenue marketer, and I'll see you next time.